All right, Shalom, Shalom, Israel. This is the brother RAWCHAA coming from the Prophets in Babylon camp that's out here in Tampa, Florida. And before we start this lesson, I want to give all honor and all glory and infinite blessings unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. And I also want to give double honors unto the apostles and bishops of Great Millstone who teach this truth and rule well. And today we're going to get into how to show the Lord love. You know, which these Christians will tell you how to show the Lord love is going to church every Sunday, singing a song for the Lord, break dancing, and going on about your day and going back to your wicked ways. But nah, that's not how it works. This is the book of John, chapter 14, starting at verse 15. This is in red letters, so this is Yahawashi speaking. If ye love me, keep my commandments. You know, this is how we show the Lord love. That's simple. You know, by keeping his ways, his laws, statutes, and commandments. You know, for example, not committing adultery, you know, keeping the Sabbath, you know, denouncing the evil of this world, not eating crab, shrimp, lobster, pork, etc. Simple. Let's grab this other precept. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, starting at verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of men. Right. That's why people, you know, what our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, were constantly going into captivity because we pissed the Lord off. And it says, fear the Most High and keep his commandments. And fear is a big part of that too, because when you fear the Lord, you won't come against, you know, his law, statutes, and commandments that he told us to keep. And it says, for this is the whole duty of men. Right. So this is our job. This is our lifestyle. This is our purpose. And ultimately, this is how we show YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI love. And if you happen not to do it, you're going to get judged for it. Going down to verse 14. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. So, you know, you're gonna be held accountable for everything you do on this earth under the sun, whether it be good or evil. You're gonna be held accountable for it. Let's grab this other precept. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, what doeth the Lord thy power require of thee, but to fear the Lord Yahweh thy power, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord Yahweh thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul. Right. How do you love the Lord? You know, by fearing him. How do you show your fear in the Lord? By keeping his ways, his laws, statutes, and commandments of the Holy Bible that was given unto us. Going down to verse 13. To keep the commandments of the Lord Yahweh and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good. You know, because keeping the law, statutes, and commandments it's a healthy lifestyle. You know, it's like the key to life. You know, it teaches you how to live longer. And it says for thy good, for your own good. Let's grab the book of Psalms. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 111 in verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endureth forever. So these scriptures I've been bringing out is constantly bringing out the commandments, because this is how we show our love, you know, our service to the Lord, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. Let's grab the book of Psalms. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 112 and verse 1. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh. Blessed is the man that feareth the Lord Yahweh, that delighteth greatly in his commandments. Right. You know, again, talking about the laws, statutes, and commandments. Following the ways of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, because this is how we show our love. Let's grab. Slacky, bear with me. This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 2, starting at verse 2. I go the way of all the earth. Beat thou strong, therefore, and shew thyself a man. Because in his truth, YAHAWASHI called us to be a man. Gird up thy loins. In verse 3, and keep the charge of the Lord Yahweh with thy power, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself. Right? So when we do all these things, keeping the statutes, his commandments, judgments, and his testimonies, we're pleasing the Lord. Let's grab the book of Job. Right, that's how we please the Lord, man. Keeping these commandments. It's the book of Job, chapter 28, and verse 28. We're going to close out with this one. And unto men he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. Because keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, keep us away from evil and all these different things. And it says, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom. How do you fear the Lord? By following his ways, not doing your own thing, following your own understanding. That shows you're fearing the Lord. And it says, and to depart from evil is understanding. So ultimately, we depart from evil by keeping the ways of the Lord, YAHAWASHI, not doing our own thing, not following our own understanding, but ultimately keeping the ways and the laws, statutes, and commandments and all these things, that's written in this holy Bible, in this book. It pleases the Lord at the end of the day. And this is how you show the Lord love. Not going to church every Sunday, singing, break dancing, and going on with your day, trying to do your own will, your own understanding. That's not showing the Lord love. Following these commandments that was written in this book, that were given unto Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Following these commandments that were given unto us. This is how you please the Lord, how you show the Lord your love. You love him. But I'm gonna close. I'm gonna end it off with that. And Lord willing, you were edified. If you were edified, the hopeful elect could be edified. And once again, before I close out this lesson, I want to give all honor and all glory and infinite blessings unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. And once again, I want to give double honors unto the apostles and bishops of Great Millstone who teach this truth and rule well. And with that, I'm